What's up guys, this is Hamoudi from Bilu Media and I'm really excited about this project. A while ago I bought this drone. This is the FlyWoo Nanno Baby Firefly 2.0. It's a 2S drone and I love it, I really love it, but I had some issues with it. If you see here, I crashed it and the motor simply got out from here. The problem is that every time you get a hit, here the screws are attached directly to the motor, and when you get a hit here, the screws will stress the motor thread. And this is why I left out with this guy here. So I decided to do something different with it. If you want to fly it without these prop guards, you don't have any problem, because when you crash, you will not stress the motors. So every time I will crash with this, I will stress the screws here into the motors and the thread got damaged. So I decided to buy this guy. This is the HappyModel Mobula 8 frame, and I got actually 3 of them just in case, because these are really cheap. And I want to mount this drone here. In this way, when I get a crash, when I crash my drone here, nothing happens to the motors, because the crash, the stress will not stress the motor itself, the screws I mean. So in this way I can fly the drone in my studio without having to worry about the motors being gripped out. So this is my only concern about this drone. Otherwise it's really fantastic. So if you want to fly it outside, it's really great drone and I really love it. But I want to fly it in my studio, since I have a big studio and it's rainy all the time here. Then this is why I want to have fun and film in my studio. It's not a hard thing to do and not easy either. I have to cut some things and to do some modifications in order to attach the drone in this new frame. So I will start by taking all these components out of the frame. I mean the motors and electronics and the antenna. I have to cut these out. Now we can safely take the motors out. Perfect, so we got all the motors out. Now I have to get out these 4 screws that holds all the stack together to the frame, and we are done with the old frame. Perfect, we have the frame out of the way and we got this mess right here, which will look nice in a second. Don't worry, it's just temporary. Now the next thing that we have to do is to prep the frame. Since it is not made for what I am gonna do with it, we have to do some modifications here into the frame. First, we have to remove all of these 4, since our stack will be mounted up here and I have to drill some holes here instead of these, so I can put the stack. One other issue that I want to solve is to fit multiple batteries. I have these 420 batteries and I have this 750 batteries, and this 420 fits okay here, as you can see, so it is really okay. But the bigger one, this one, doesn't fit, and I want to get rid of this and install my own system mechanism. So I will cut these out And I want to cut this out too. Now we have something like this, which is a little bit flimsy, but we will see how it flies. I have to cut these out too because I want to drill a hole and it is in the way, so let me do this. Actually, when I will mount the stack here, it will hold the frame a little bit better. I want to cut it here like this a little bit. I want to drill holes now here instead of the holes that were here, because our flight controller has holes here and it will align with those holes, and then I can mount all of these here. Perfect, we have our holes ready, and now we can put the screws that were in the other frame. I drilled the hole a little bit small, but I can force it in, I guess. Yeah, it works without any problems. So to mount the battery, I will use this rubber from IKEA. I don't know exactly what was this before, but it's basically rubber. So I will make a hole here and put the screw in this and attach the screw right here. So it will look like this. I think it's good, and it holds both of the batteries in place. This is the smaller one. Yeah. And this is the bigger one. I think it's really nice. Let's get the props out of the way. They are really hard to take out. Oh my god. It's time to mount this beauty here. I'm not concerned about the motors, I mean what motor goes where, because I can change this in Betaflight. I was thinking that now this flight controller fits okay here, but the stability of the frame is not good anymore, and if I pull this rubber I will bend the frame like this. So I am thinking to cut this part, this here, and to put it inside, so I will help with the stability of the frame. For this I'm using the Dremel again. Perfect. Now I have this piece here that can help for the stability of the frame. Let me just weight it and see how much it weighs. I don't think it weighs a lot. 3 grams. So I think it's good for this, and I will put it here like this. Then when I pull the rubber band, it will not stress the frame itself, and it will be in place. I think it's a good idea, so let's do it, guys. Those screws are a little bit short because you have to go through the FC part and to the Vista part here, and it's simply too short. And I found those. I didn't want to wait until I order a new one, but I will order anyway because I need them in my following builds. But this one is for a stack. It's M2 as well, but it's very long, and I will cut it to length. I will try it here and cut it. The only thing is that it's not counter sunk. I don't know how. It's not basically. It's not. It will not be flush with this part. And something else that I did, I get rid of this band because it was too complicated and it was getting out like this, because I need to put some washer here, and I don't have so small washer. This is why I will show you what I came up with. It's a good solution for now, and maybe in the future I will design something and print it out. Before I put this, guys, I need to route the wires from down and not from here, because the prop will chop the wires and we don't want that. So they will go like this, and this too. Actually, they fit nicely like this. And now we can put the plate. Okay, perfect. This looks good. And now let's put these nuts as spacers, because there is not enough room between this plate and this plate. We should see how much we have to cut from this one. I have a white marker and a silver one, just to mark where I have to cut. So in the middle of this, something like this. I will put some paper here just to protect the components. And now I want to make it a little bit smoother. I took this part because it's easier to assemble it like this. It's a little bit, it doesn't go very easy here. And now we can put those small pieces. This part is a little bit hard, but take your time. And now we have to put those spacers up and we are finished. And we did it, guys. Now we have to put back the antenna here. Now it's time to attach the motors, guys, and for this I bought this screw set. We have a lot of screws here, and believe me, if you are going to be serious about this, you will need a lot of screws. A lot, I mean a lot. I have this here too, and I need to buy more. Based on my calculations, we need 1.4 by, I think, or 3.5 or 4. Let's see which one fits. So we will use 1.4 by 3.5. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's twist the wires so they stay in place nicely. By twisting the wires, we'll make them a little bit shorter. Perfect. The first motor is done. So let's go ahead and do the other motors and go from there. Okay guys, finished securing all the motors, and this is how it looks. It looks amazing, right? I'm really excited about this. I love how it looks, and I hope it performs as well as it looks. Okay, so next, now I want to secure this antenna. This is the ELRS antenna, since it is free like this, and I don't want it to be chopped by the props. And for this I will use some tape. This is a strong tape. It is not normal electrical tape. It's made for boats and stuff like this. So it is supposed to be very strong. We don't need strong here, but this is what I found. So technically it is done, guys, but I want to show you how I will attach the batteries. For this, I will use these simple rubbers. Yeah, maybe in the future I will design something if I see that it doesn't work well, but if not, then I will use this instead. So we put it here in the opening. Since I put this part from the other drone, we simply put the rubber band here like this. It is a little bit harder to put, but take your time. And it looks like this. And we have, let's try with the smaller battery, and we simply take those like this, but be careful not to lose it like I did now. This is the only drawback. And we attach it like this. And we spread these out a little bit, and that's it. You can put it like this, maybe it's better. And I can put the rubber bands like this. Yeah. And it is secured and it doesn't go anywhere. I have the 420 and the 750. From my experience, the 750 works better because it's bigger, and for me, I don't do an extreme freestyle, and it was good for me. But if you don't want to use this, you can use the smaller batteries. And this works as well. So I think it's perfect.
Telemetry recovered.
So now you see it's connected, and if I hit the arm button, it turns on. Perfect, guys. Now let's connect it to Betaflight and see if it is oriented correctly and everything is correct, because I don't know exactly if it's facing the same way as before and if the motors are mapped the same way as before. Let's check this out really quick, and after it's ready to fly.